those things are.
Exactly.
It depends what you get rejected.
Work instead of having cocktail.
Lavish ones. You know, some of the solutions
Considered to be the or, even though hopefully you set up a neighborhood killed so easily. So that's very important.
Welcome back to Ebru Today. A young girl from New Jersey is making a difference in the lives of many homeless and working poor, one hat at a time. And her idea is catching on. Joining us now to tell us more about how she is doing this is Emily Kubin from Emily's Hats for Hope initiative. She has also brought along her sister Julia and mom Jill. Thank you so much for all joining us this morning. The weather was a little crazy getting in.
Yes,
so we appreciate you coming out. Well, let's begin. Let's talk about first what inspired you to start doing this.
In November 2011, I learned how to knit hats, and I started making hats for my friends, my family, and I love doing it. I live in Morristown, and there's always been a homeless population there. So I realized that I could be really making a difference for these people and making hats for them, and it's something that I enjoy and I'd be giving back.
Now, how did you first begin? Because you've come a long way from just making a couple of hats to where you are now. Start with the first steps.
Well, my first donation was actually 8 hats, and I thought it was just going to be something that I would do just myself, giving to my local community, and my mom decided that it could become much bigger, so she put it on social media, and it really caught on.
Did you ever think it would get this big, though, where it's at right now? Tell us a little bit about where it is right now, too.
I had no idea it was going to get this big. I thought it was just going to be me. But right now we have just reached our 5,000th hat in a little over a year. And there's people all over the world that have heard about it, been inspired, and wanted to start something like this in their local community.
Now, we have a couple of the hats here. You made some of these, and some of these are donations. How long does it take to actually make a hat?
For me, it takes between an hour and a half to make an adult hat.
That's really fast. I'm impressed.
Yes.
And then, so you make these hats, you get donations, and then you bring them to a local shelter, or how do you get them to the right people?
Well, we usually give to our local food pantry or soup kitchen, but also we've had people ask for donations to their organizations. There was one woman who asked for us to make hats and send them all the way to Guatemala. Like she said that she would send them for us, and so we made like 200 hats for them.
So you're making a global impact at this point. I mean, that's pretty huge. And you're only 18 years old.
Yes.
You haven't even gone to college yet.
No.
What would you say to some adults who are out there and think that they can't even help? You know, you want to do something, but it's too big to get out there.
Well, I thought of just doing it on my own at first, and I realized that once you start, you really realize how much of an impact you can have on the world, and that you can really make a huge difference.
And Mom, you must be pretty proud of her at this point.
Yes.
And also your other daughter, Julia, is starting something. Julia, why don't you tell us a little bit about your project?
Well, I noticed that since Emily is already making the hats, that maybe the people would want something else in the hat. So I started to make these notes, and they say, like, love is all you need. And each one has, like, a different note, and they would make the person, like, feel better that day. And there was actually this woman that we donated hats to, and she got one of the hats that had the note in it because she had lost her house.
Aw, and that made her feel pretty good, I bet. That's nice. You guys are doing a lot of good stuff, and you should continue. And if people want to help you out, what would they do? Where would they go?
They can contact us on Facebook, Emily's Hats for Hope Initiative. They can email us, Emily's Hats for Hope.
And you also have a P.O. box, I understand.
Yes, I have a
They
P.O.
can
box.
send the hats to you?
Yes.
Okay. This is all a wonderful thing. Okay, well, I want to thank you all for joining us this morning. Again, I know how hard it was to get in this morning.